Now, war is often considered a man's game. Destruction, competition, extreme brutality, all these elements supposedly appeal to a man's inner psyche, while women, in contrast, are thought to be more caring, clear-headed and drawn to pacifism. We've all heard the claim that if women rule the world, the climate would be better cared for, minorities would be living under greater protection, and societal pathogens like racism and sexism would cease to exist. And of course, there would be no war. But the question is this factually true? Studies suggest that its matriarchal utopia is a myth. In fact, more female rulers have waged wars throughout history than male rulers. The global history books are filled with war-mongering female leaders from as early as 60 AD, and modern history is not an exception either. Apart from reigning over their own land, here are a few examples of some of the women leaders whose influence and ambitions breached the borders. Queen Elizabeth I, the most celebrated monarchs in British history. She did not just unify her nation against foreign enemies, but began to build an empire, which went on to the largest empire the world had ever seen, ruling over a quarter of Earth's land surface and nearly 500 million people for over 400 years. And the rest is history. For most of the world, the United Kingdom has seen far greater female rulers than men. One of them was Margaret Thatcher. The Iron Lady in 1982, Argentina invaded and occupied the Falkland Islands. Members of the parliament, advisors, and even the American president, Ronald Reagan, suggested for peace talks and diplomacy. But the prime minister declared military action, personally ordered the sinking of the Argentine ship and won. Then we have the first female prime minister of Israel, the Iron Lady of the Middle East. Under Mayor's rule, Israel went to war against the coalition of Arab states in 1973. She had a significant but controversial legacy, not just for her and aggressive comments, but also for those events that happened on her watch. Indira Gandhi, the first female Prime Minister of India, her conduct and diplomacy masked her as the iron will and autocratic ambitions. India, under the leadership of Indira Gandhi, intervened in the conflict to liberate Bangladesh, won the war decisively and split Pakistan into two with the formation of a new country. Bangladesh even drove the country into one of its dark phases of human rights violation by declaring a state of emergency in the year 1975, which went on for 21 months.